you've got a bunch of data, maybe in a list, and you want to reorder things, split it apart, add some extra text, or just flip it around. And there's a few different formulas you can use to do that. So let's take a look at some simple ones here. The first is the split formula. So I've got a list of names, of course, here. I'm going to click into B2 and just start the formula with equals. And type in split, open bracket, and of course it gives me this nice little helpful tip here to let me know what it is I'm entering. So the first thing it needs is the text field. Well, what I'm going to be splitting is all the text it finds over here in A2. Now I could certainly type A2. It's a lot easier to just click that and let it type that in there for me. And then when I hit the comma, it's going to highlight the next element here that I need to drop in, and that's the delimiter, or what is it going to use to separate? What am I splitting by? Well, I'm going to split based on the little comma that I see between the last name and first name. So as you can see in the sample right above, I'm going to use a comma, but I need to enclose it in some quotation marks so that it understands that it is the text value of the comma and not me just adding another comma into the formula here. With that done, I can go ahead and close the bracket. There's no other elements I need to account for, and hit enter. Now I left column C open, as you can tell, because I knew it was going to be taking this bit of text and splitting that out into two separate columns. Based on that, I can click on this cell. I can grab that little corner icon and drag right down, and now it will take care of all the rest of my names. Now I need to put these back together instead with a period this time. So the opposite of split would be join. I can type equals join, and this time it says delimiter first. It wants to know what am I going to be putting between the things that I'm joining together. So quotation, a dot, and then a quotation because we use dots in our email addresses here. I'm going to then add a comma so it can jump to the next value. And it's saying, all right, what's the first thing that you want me to grab? Well, I want you to grab the first name. So I'm going to click on C2 here, comma. It says, all right, array or value for number 2. Well, the next thing I want is the last name. So I'm just switching these around and including a dot in between. I hit enter, and now I've got read.richards. I can grab that and drag it down. And of course, now everybody's name is in first name dot last name format. But for an actual email address, I need to add something onto the end here. So if I wanted to just add two cells together, when it's text, I can't use the plus symbol, but I can use concatenate. Another good formula for just joining different cells together or adding text together. So here in this case, I'm going to go ahead and grab what I've already put together in D2, comma, and I want to add to it a little bit of text. So I'm going to put that in quotes and use @tldsb.on.ca. Now if these are student email addresses, it would be .me, but of course our staff are the ones using full names, so on.ca here. Close the bracket and enter. Now I can grab that, drag it all the way down, and all of those email addresses have now been created for me. I can copy that information, and if I went to paste it somewhere else, like over here, I could use a little option here where I right click, I paste special, and I paste only the values, because I don't want the actual formulas in here. I want just the raw values. So where over here I can see there's a formula happening to create that text. Instead over here, when I look up into the formula bar, it is only the text now. So it's a nice batch of formulas here to split things apart, join them back together again, and then add some of your own text when you need it. Great for manipulating some of the data that you might collect in a Google form or export from, say, PowerSchool.